say it like this. If you can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do.
What's up, and welcome to Definition of a Woman.
There's levels to this shit.
We are your hosts. I'm Nadia.
Michelle.
And Danielle.
So, guys, I want to talk about New Year's resolutions and what you guys' New Year's resolutions are, and maybe one thing you're planning to do to get those in action. We're going to start with you, Danielle, this time.
Oh my gosh. I have a couple, I think.
Okay.
The first one is to take a girls' vacation.
Yes. We about to check that one
We
off.
about to go boom, on a vacation. And then the second one is to really focus on work-life balance. I really need to work on that for so many reasons. So those are mine.
Those are good.
What's yours?
Me?
Yes.
Me. I really want to lose 30 pounds. 30 pounds will get me to like my ultimate goal weight.
Okay.
But also I wanted to decide on a plastic surgeon because if I don't get those 30 pounds, they're getting off one way or the other.
Okay. But I have to say, you're doing so well.
Oh, so good. You look
Everybody
amazing.
check her out. She's come, a long ways. And but you've always been beautiful to me. But I'm just saying, you are
That
doing a
body
great
just got a
job.
little tone,
Appreciate it.
you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
So when
I've
you
been
said 30 pounds, like, 30 pounds,
Where you gonna go?
You wasting away.
I
want to lose 30. I
I
want to lose
still
30
need to see
more
my girl when I
pounds.
look at you.
Like, girl, you see?
I'm here.
So I want to do that. It's the first time I've ever held off weight loss too. I've lost more weight than I've lost now before, but never kept it off. So I just want to keep on losing it. But if not, I'm not afraid to go under the knife.
I feel you on
So
that.
I want to
Let
make
me know
sure
if you find one.
Yeah, I want to make sure I do. And I want to I really want to do consistent date nights. Those with my kids and my husband. I just want to spend more one-on-one time with all of them.
Good for you. That's
I
a good
love
one.
that. Me, I used to go heavy in the gym. So I really want to get back into the gym and working out. After I hurt myself, I think, or probably a little bit before that maybe, but it's been a little shaky, a little rocky road for me. But I do want to lose some weight and get healthier for sure. And I do want to spend more time with my family, just make more time for them, even though we spend just every hour together. But I'm just saying, as far as like you said, separate. I used to do different things with the kids. I'll do something with Madison, on the weekend. I'll do something. That way I can separate them, but then still bring us all together and do something together. So that will be ideal for me.
Those are good ones. Y'all tell us what your New Year's resolutions are. We're going to check in. We're actually working on an event that we hope that you guys will be able to come out to. It's going to be more to come on that, but it'll likely be in April so that we can revisit these resolutions, help us actually get them so that they're not just sitting out there I'm going to do this year and then don't do it.
Working on it continuously.
Yes, consistently working on it. So we have some fun things planned around those resolutions. So make sure you jump on IG and let us know what your New Year's resolutions are.
We want to hear
Absolutely.
it. But so today I'm excited. Well, not necessarily excited about it, but that came off a little wrong, right? Excited to get into the topic itself.
It's a good topic.
Yeah. So today's topic, we're going to talk about cheating.
Dum, dum, dum.
Dun, dun, dun. So, of course, what we like to do first is talk about the definitions, and we're going to go ahead and start off with the Webster definition.
Okay, so Webster actually has two definitions. One in the context that we're talking about, which is to act dishonestly or unfairly in order to gain an advantage, especially in a game or examination. She always cheats at cards.
Not always.
Deceive or trick is an example, and then the other is be sexually unfaithful. I wish someone had told me my partner was cheating on me.
Oh.
Dang.
The way you just read it.
Exactly.
Okay, the Urban Dictionary version says someone who is in a committed relationship and breaks the trust of his or her partner by getting physically or emotionally involved with another person. Common forms of cheating include kissing, filling each other up, vaginal, anal, oral sex, and any other
See, oral is cheating.
Allegedly. And any other contact that involves the lips, hands, and genitalia. Emotional cheating involves forming a close bond with someone of your preferred gender and basically forming a second relationship. This may or may not include physical cheating. And here's their sentence. Shelley broke up with Rich after she found him making out and filling up some other girl at a party. He claims he was drunk, but she didn't care. She does not tolerate cheating.
I know that's right, Shelley.
Shelley,
I feel Shelley.
Well, so while we do feel Shelley, we're just going to go into a little bit of data. So a few things that I wanted to kind of cover. So we're going to jump into reasons for cheating. So it's lack of emotional connection, lack of sexual connection, bad boundaries with people outside of the relationship.
That's a good one.
That's a really, really good one because
Yeah.
you need to be able to set proper and appropriate boundaries.
Yep.
Fighting unfairly, unclarity about your relationship status. So that's that y'all not communicating effectively to say we are exclusive or whatever the case is. And sex addiction, of course.
They're always ready to put sex addiction on somebody. No,
Listen, I gotta put it in. So in those reasons people cheat, you know, conversationally, we always talk about how it's a difference between women cheating and why a woman cheats, and men cheating and why men cheat. So when women cheat, there's usually an element of romance, intimacy, connection, or love. Men, on the other hand, are more likely to cheat to satisfy sexual urges with fewer thoughts of intimacy. Men cheat simply because the opportunity presents itself, even when they perceive their lovers as inferior to their woman. Women, on the other hand, tend to cheat up, saying that particularly replacing their man selectively and superior lovers.
That's funny.
that is so interesting.
So, I mean, I honestly have been on both ends. I've dabbled in cheating myself.
Not dabbled. Not dibbled and dabbled.
I have dibbled and dabbled, and I obviously have been cheated on as well. And I could speak from both sides. Like, as far as like the men cheating, it has always been like almost, I hate to even say it like this, but almost like something to do. Like, they say it has nothing to do with, and I'm not necessarily saying my complication or anything said this, but I'm just people and men in general.
Yeah.
But it's typically like, you know, not that I'm not satisfied with the individual that I'm with.
Yeah.
But like, something's missing, I assume.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Something
Yeah.
has to be missing, and you're not directly informing me, because as a woman and dabbling, obviously, there was a lot of lack, it was issues, you know what I mean? Like, it was a lot of issues that we had that I felt like not that they couldn't get fixed, but they weren't not being fixed. There was a lot of issues swept under the rug, and it was a high pile. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The pile was high. And I never say it that it makes it right on either end, but there's always reason behind action. I always say that. So, but, you know, it happens. Someone said to me, and I'm quoting them on this, black men don't cheat. But if they were to cheat.
Not the but.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
It says availability, something different, and maybe the lamest reason of all, and the one no one likes to hear, but the 80-20 rule. So the one that a person cheats with gives you that 20 that you're missing to make it 100%. It's the smallest things like time, words of affirmation, or something like sports, or something, a way that where someone else connected with them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always about connection
Right.
at the end of the
What
day.
it is.
Yeah. So
many thoughts.
so many thoughts. So what are your thoughts on people cheating? I'll dive into the next portion of the data that I have in a minute.
Okay.
But I do want to hear, what are you guys' thoughts on why people cheat, or what do you think about what they say about a man cheating versus a woman cheating?
So the data says that men cheat down and women cheat up.
Basically.
I from my experience, I feel like that's what it's been.
Yeah.
I mean, and, you know, I think I have a really good dad, you know, he told me that. He said that men don't cheat because they love the woman or because she looks better than you. It's none of that. He just cheats because it's different.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is.
Niggas ain't shit.
But hoes and tricks.
Okay.
That is crazy. I think those that data that you gave out, that's real life. Like that's that's a lot of what I see. It was something you said about the 80-20 rule. Oh, here it is. That's what it is. The 80-20 rule is bullshit in this context because that 20% that you're getting from somebody else is because they ain't having to deal with your bullshit.
Boom.
Right.
Like you're missing the 20 from me. You might should take a beat and figure out why I'm not giving that to you.
Right.
Am I stressed out? Are you giving me all that I need? Like you could get your 20 if you gave me 10.
Exactly.
But you can't just go look for it. But I think it's true. I think men tend to, when they cheat with something that's easy. Yeah. And their relationship isn't easy for whatever reason. And instead of working on that, I'm just gonna, she don't do this. She don't be nagging me. Nigga, she not washing your drawers.
Exactly.
She don't got no reason to nag you. You go out clean and fresh because I washed them clothes.
Right.
Like, what you mean?
Right.
Whatever do you mean she don't nag you? What she got to nag you about?
She thinks I'm handsome.
Right. And most of the time, honestly, when a woman does it, it's also like it's a connection to some degree. Like it's not. I'm not saying it's an intentional connection, if that makes sense. It's like I'm having issues over here. Michelle giving me issues. Like I'm having nothing's being resolved. So Danielle, on the other hand, we're getting along.
Okay.
We met, you know what I'm saying? Not even in the context of I want to be with.
Yeah, we just met.
We just met.
Right.
Generally met, and in the process of us generally met, we had to have conversations about stuff, rather it's work related, rather it's children, something pertaining to our kids, but we connected on some sort of level. Next thing you know, me and Danielle we need to get out. We need to go somewhere type situation. You know what I'm saying? That's just my friend, and genuinely just my friend.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, we connect on so much, and I'm having so many damn issues with Michelle. Her ass is working my nerve. You hear me? So I go to, eventually Danielle is giving me what it is that I need. So I've connected with her on a whole nother level. And because I connected with her, boom, there you go.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? There you go. So it's more of a connection of lack that I have and seeing that you're willing to do or be this for me. And men don't care about that. They don't care that a woman willing to do this. They wanted to bust it wide open, and you know what I'm saying.
Bring it back.
And tell her to bring it back. So that's the difference, or I should say, from my perspective, I should say. So it was like, how many relationships end because of cheating? It says typically 54% of relationships break up immediately. 30% try, but they end up breaking up ultimately, and 15% of couples stay together. So that's the data. They say usually it's a slight chance that will work. Most people are just quick, like, you know what, you did it, I'm out. I don't want to deal with no bullshit. And that's acceptable, because I always say you don't necessarily have to deal with it. You make your choice and decision at the end of the day. Like, I love you enough, I want to be with you, I want to work it out. I love you, I want to be with you, but I don't want to work that shit out. or, you know what I'm saying, I'm out type situation. So, what I was wondering, though, is a question that I have is, what do people consider as cheating? Like, what would you consider as cheating?
Me? Sure. Kim, take out all the me's. I never know who they're talking to. Me? Anything that you do that I ain't gonna like.
Now, hold on.
Anything
like, that is very general.
that you do that I ain't gonna
like with another female.
With another female.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, let's be specific. I mean, I don't think I'll have that problem, but I mean, if somebody cheated on me with a man, I'd be mad too.
Mad as hell. Don't lie. Don't lie.
I say that generally because, like, I feel like if you have too much conversation with somebody,
Yeah.
I would feel some type of way.
I feel the
You know
same.
what I mean? It might not be a hard mark as cheating, but in my mind, I feel like it's going to get there. Because I just feel
Exactly.
like there's certain conversations or certain parts of yourself that you should keep for your partner. So if you getting too friendly, and I ain't no friendly type of bitch. Okay?
We know you ain't.
And my husband is very friendly. He's just a friendly person.
Right.
So I also have to check myself in that too. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to stifle you from being you.
Yeah.
But don't get too friendly with my man. Okay?
Don't mess with my man. I'ma be the one to bring it to you.
Anything you do I don't like, that's cheating.
What about you, Danielle?
Well, I agree with Michelle. Like, I call it entertaining.
Okay.
If you are entertaining anybody, that means conversation. I don't believe in girlfriends either. Like, girls that are friends. Like, this is my friend. She's like, no, I don't believe in none of that.
Danielle said shut it down.
Okay. I just don't believe that you know, because I'm a woman. I know women. We do different things. We know.
Right.
I know a way a woman can look at you that's flirtatious. Like, you know, there's just so many things. I also don't want a woman coming to me, like one of my friends, saying like, your man tried to get at me or something like that.
Right.
Like, so I just think that if you are entertaining anyone, that means conversation, whatever, going out with them, that is cheating to me. That is on the way to doing, like, technically, you know, some people would say that's not cheating, but you on the way to cheating.
Yeah, I gotta know what the relationship like.
Right.
'Cause
If you entertaining, you open to it.
Yeah.
So
I used to feel that way. I'm not gonna lie. Now I'm okay. You can have your little friends.
girlfriend,
Oh yeah, you can have girlfriends now.
I don't trust them bitches.
I'm not necessarily saying I trust them, but I want to
you
be able to
trust
trust
your
my
man.
man. That's
Right.
the thing.
That's
And
the thing.
That's the huge thing.
That
I'm
is
okay
true.
with you having friends. What I'm not okay with is inappropriate conversation.
Right. Yeah.
So I went
That's a good point.
100%. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna check you real quick to let you know. Like, look, you and your little girlfriend.
your little girlfriend.
You and your little girlfriends. But no, you can have them, but are y'all being appropriate in y'all conversation? Because if you're not, that's cheating. And I always ask too, like, if she comes off to be inappropriate in conversation, some shit you know I ain't gonna like, are you gonna call her out on it?
Yeah.
Because if you're not gonna call her out on it, you might as well delete the goddamn number right now.
Yes.
Go ahead and delete it right now,
Right.
because then that's when it's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I don't mind that. I think for sure being too intimate or too like you said, certain things I want between us. Like, you can't share everything that you share with me with some other female. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, then shit, what's the point? You know what I mean? But damn sure, any physical, anything, I get that's your friend. Y'all don't need a fucking hug. Fall back. Fall back.
Wait.
Please,
Back.
go ahead,
They
Michelle. I'm
can
gonna let
have
you handle it.
friends that are girls, but y'all can't hug.
What you hugging for?
Girl, what?
What is you hugging for? For what? Y'all, let me tell you something. You can meet up and just say, hey, you don't need to be hugging him. You don't need to be hugging her. You better listen, you better dap
I'm
it
not
up.
adding up here. Okay.
You better dap it up. I'm talking about
like, she's the homie then.
she's a homie. Like, she's a friend. That's what I mean. Like, girlfriend in that sense. She's a friend.
But they can't
She
hug.
look like a man.
Hell no. Right. I prefer her to be manly.
Okay.
That's your homeboy. No, but I do want to be secure in mine at the same time. Like, I don't mind. Like, I feel like it's a way to be about. Because I look at, for me, for instance, like, I've always been told that I have a flirtatious personality. And that's the God's honest truth. I've heard that for a long time.
Yeah.
And even in the male friends that tell me about it, they're like, it's not a bad thing. It's just your personality, because you're so friendly and so, like, welcoming. It can come off as flirtatious. Not that you're
Right.
being it, especially those that know me. They're like, we know you're not being it, but to someone else, they may take it as you like them and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, well, let me fall back a little bit, because it will make me uncomfortable if, you know what I'm saying, if the roles were reversed and I felt like somebody was being too flirtatious with my man.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I need to dial it back a little bit, but I don't know what dialing back is, because it's my personality. You know what I'm saying? So, Yeah, again.
Can't have no friends.
No hugging. So yeah, I just wanted to know what y'all considered as cheating for sure.
So you have said that you have dabbled in cheating before, right? Nadia, I'm talking to your ass.
She knew. She knew.
I have. Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm gonna need you to elaborate.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you
First of
kind
all,
of touched on it, but
what's a with what you're comfortable sharing? Mm-hmm. What's a dabble? How do you
dabble?
How do you dabble in cheating?
You know, I would honestly say like it came like unintentionally. Like I have always been that person like I would never.
Yeah.
That's why they always say watch out saying never say never. You know what I mean? But I don't ever think that it would have came to the point where I had so much shit not happened. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I had a toxic relationship at one point, which is why my relationship status is complicated. But I mean, I had a toxic relationship for years. And by years, I mean, like, I dealt with the whole infidelity. I dealt with just BS, like, at the end of the day. And because of that, and I felt like you know, I think you mentioned in the episode that we have, when you have unresolved issues, you have to resolve those issues if you guys are going to work.
Right.
Because ultimately, what we can always do is we can sweep it under the rug. The pile just gets higher and higher and higher and higher. And it's fine because you can continue to go on life.
Right.
You can continue to go on with the relationship and all will be well, I assure you, until somebody trips over that pile. And once you trip over that pile, I'm telling you right now, life changes. So
That's how you end up dabbling.
that's how you end up dabbling because eventually, you know, I always tell people, eventually you'll get tired.
Yep.
You never know when you're going to get tired. Like, it's some shit that I've been through, and it's some shit that I never thought that I would put up with until I was in the situation.
That's right.
Until I was in that predicament. And once I was in that predicament, I was like, didn't you say you wasn't going to deal with that, Nadia?
Yeah.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Right.
So it was a lot of somethings that I said I wasn't going to deal with. And because you have a love for someone or you care about someone, it kind of forces your hand to stay. It was almost like I didn't know how to release and let go until I knew how to release and let go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's where the dabbling came in at, and, you know,
It got complicated.
it got complicated as hell. You hear me? So, you know, it was that among with the lack, and someone else presented to me everything that was lacked, and everything that all of the bullshit that I didn't need to go through. They showed me that I didn't have to go through it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, you know, it forced me to dabble a bit. But, you know, even in that situation, the saying is, and I used to always say this to my complicated individual, I used to say, you think the grass is greener on the other side. I used to love saying it. You know why? Because my ass ain't never got caught. I wasn't the one. And you know what I'm saying? It
wasn't the one dabbling on the other side.
I wasn't. I was clean and fresh. I was pure. You hear me? I was spotless. You hear me? So, but I had to tell myself that. I'm like, you know, the grass was not greener. Like, had
That's
I just genuinely took time to water my own grass, I felt like things would have been better. But, like, life gives you these lessons. You live and learn, and you grow from them. And here we are.
Here you are.
Here I am.
Here I am.
I haven't heard that song before.
I know, it was a good song.
It was a good song.
What about you, Michelle? Intentionally or unintentionally?
I have cheated, usually intentionally.
Not usually.
Usually intentionally. It's been so many times.
Oh my
But
God.
why intentionally?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all this one. This is a funny story. Shout out to my friend who I know is listening. I was in college and I was dating this guy. It's like what I would consider my first love. He was trash. He was a dog. And I remember my friend, we were talking, this is how long ago it was. This is going to age me, I feel like. But we were talking to this guy I went to high school with on Skype. He played football. Like, I like a certain body type. I like somebody looking scooped me
Come
up.
on and scoop.
Yes.
So he played football in college, and we were talking to him on Skype, and one of his friends, me and my friend, we were roommates at the time. And I was like, oh, yeah, he said, when I come home, he want to take me out. But, I got a boyfriend or whatever. And she was like, so? And I was like, yeah, but, I ain't probably going to see him like that. We don't go home. She was like, you should do it anyway.
There she go promoting it.
I know.
So, of course, I did it anyway. And I always blame her because the sex was whack. It was horrible. It was the worst
Oh my god.
sex I ever had in my life. I was like, I done cheated for no damn reason.
No, they added to the number for no
reason.
That extra body count.
Extra body count. I don't count it because
Okay, don't count.
Don't count.
don't count that. Don't count it. I don't count that
So
one.
you're just speaking hypothetically. 'Cause
Hypothetically, because that didn't happen. As far as I'm concerned,
as far as we know.
it didn't happen. And what's crazy is, shout out to him though. Although I'm talking shit, because my boyfriend at the time ended up finding out. And I left my phone in the room. Why did I do that? And I went to the living room to do something. I was like, damn, he in the room for a long time.
Scrolling, okay.
Just a scrolling. Luckily, I hadn't really said nothing, but it was a time he had called me. I wasn't answering. And so he had saw that we had been together. So he was like, call that nigga. I want to talk to him. Da-da-da-da-da. I was like, he talking to him like, I already done told you. It was just, we just hung out. It's just my friend. So I text the dude right quick. And I was like, my boyfriend about to call you. Just tell him we was just hanging out. He was like, okay. So he called him and he just was like, no, it ain't like that. That's just like my sister. That's what they always say.
That's what they always
That's my sister. That's my brother.
That's sis.
We'll get into the conversations about the guys versus the girls that you're cheating with. But I told that story. That's one reason why my friend told me to do it, and I did it, and I shouldn't have. Lack is a reason that I've cheated before. I've been cheated on, and so any relationship that I feel like I've been cheated on but wanted to stay in the relationship, I couldn't stay with you without cheating on you. Like, if I want to stay with you and you've cheated on me, I have to cheat back on you. Like, I just
That's the unfair. That's the unfair situation type.
Yeah,
because it's like you don't want to. Yeah.
I want to.
You wanted to make it even.
I wanted to make it, and that's the type. I'm real like. I've been praying on the Lord has brought me a mighty long way, but I have a very like vengeful spirit, and it was real. But like, I mean, I don't really want to leave you, but I can't stay here and you cheated. I'm going to have to cheat too.
I'm going to have to do it.
You leave me with no choice.
Or definitely.
So you choose to stay and cheat rather than leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was childish. Don't do that. It's not.
It doesn't make you feel better.
No, well.
Did it? It didn't make me feel better when
I'm going to say it did make me feel better.
For the
because
moment.
I ain't going to say I wasn't tripping about the cheating. I definitely was. But if we both cheating, then we in an open relationship.
And is.
I just feel like it's no, like, I don't have to be mad anymore because now we both riding around and getting it with whoever we want to. And so I ain't got no reason to be mad. But I don't do that anymore.
Good. She is safe, sanctified, and filled with
filled with the Holy Ghost.
Funny.
I don't do them games. I don't play them games. I don't play them games no more. What about you, Danielle? Have you cheated intentionally or unintentionally, and why?
Like you said, usually it was intentionally. Why did I cheat? When I was listening to you both answer, my first one was like, I was young, whatever. But when I dig deep, it was because, like, when I fall for somebody, like, go back to the first episode, you read the whole description of me as the mediator. But I really am loyal. Like, I fall in love. It takes me a long time to get there. Yeah. But once I am there, I am very loyal and loving. Mm-hmm. But the first time, I had my first boyfriend, my first everything, he was horrible. He was a dog, too. Mm. And from him on, I felt like I was like, I'm going to get you before you get me. Mm. That's why I cheated.
Unresolved issues.
Yeah. Because I'll be damned if somebody was going to cheat on me first. Okay?
Get you before you get me.
Exactly. That's what it was.
Yeah. It's their unresolved childhood issues or unresolved, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was why.
That's a whole, y'all. I don't want to get too deep, but that one's good.
That was a good one.
So I think we've all, Nadia's dabbled. We've all cheated. And we've said we've been cheated on. So
Yes.
I guess we're talking about at this stage in your life, do you stay if someone cheats? Danielle?
That's a good question. And I'm going to piggyback off of Nadia because, you know, as I have grown up and been in different relationships, I have done things, you know, I used to say, I'm not dating anybody with kids. Well, now I dated somebody with kids. I won't do this. I'm not going to do this. And actually people around me are like, Danielle, what the hell are you doing? But when you have a connection with somebody, you have one and you just can't explain it to anybody. You just do. And you can't explain why you love a certain person. So I have stayed around in relationships that I've known they've cheated on me and have been with other women. You know, it's like that unintentional open relationship type thing. I've been in those knowingly and still decided to stay with that person, and would take basically anything they gave me as far as emotion or time or whatever. But if I'm really honest with myself, I know that that goes back to myself and not doing the work on myself because clearly there's lack of self-worth somewhere.
Come on, Iyanla.
Okay.
I love it.
I'm aware enough to know that. So
Baby steps.
working on it. But
First comes admitting.
yes.
What about you? Do you stay if, at this point in your life, do you stay if someone cheats on you?
At this point in my life, ideally, no. And that's me being honest. Even in me doing the shit that I've done or whatever the case is, like, right now, I'm 37. Is that how old I am? I don't know.
Here you go again.
I'm up there. But right now, where I am, like, I don't want to tolerate nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, because if I dealt with bullshit for years, like, and I'm talking years, you know what I mean? Because of so much that I dealt with, I no longer want to deal with it. You know what I mean? And I realized that I don't have to deal with it.
You don't.
So where I am now, no. I would rather be, what stats say in a previous podcast we had, the marriage one, I would rather be single and happy than be miserable and feeling like somebody is completely walking over me. So I'm content being alone until Mr. Right comes along.
Yeah.
But I don't want to stay. So right now my answer will be a hard no.
Oh, and can I circle back? The answer to the question now is no, but have I stayed?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
I
Just wanted to reiterate.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's make
For
it
anybody
clear.
listening.
Just in case you got confused.
Right.
Don't be confused. It's enough.
Doing the work. Okay.
I don't think. I guess it's harder to say because I'm married. You would hate to just, but I don't think so. Like at this age that we are, I guess the men we date would be like, we too old for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I'm almost like, if you don't love me enough to not cheat, respect me enough to leave.
Yes.
Like,
that is so good, Michelle.
You don't have to. I'm not it for you anymore for whatever
Right.
reason. Whatever reason. I don't care
Right.
if the cat fell in your lap and boom.
Right.
What was one to do? But insert.
Right.
Okay. Respect me enough to leave.
Exactly.
You know, even if it's a situation like I do want to be with you, but how dare I come in here and lay in the bed with you knowing what I just did? Just respect me as a human. Respect me as the mother of your child. Respect me as, you know, a black woman. Do you want your mom being treated like this? Do
Right.
you want your sister being treated like this? You would want somebody
daughters.
to
Yes.
your daughters, like you would
Right.
want. You wouldn't want them to get cheated on, period.
Right.
You know, but I would hope you would also want someone to respect them enough to, one, give them a choice. So we're talking about intentional and unintentional. Whatever and however it happened, give
Yeah.
me a choice.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't let me find out. Please don't let me find
And
out.
I will find out. Okay.
Because I will.
And we will find out. Like, it's just, guys are not that great at cheating. You just,
You're not.
you
You
just
guys
unfortunate.
change your
love
change
it.
your routine.
You
Like at the
do.
end of the day, you change your routine, and once your ass changed that routine,
It's over,
I
'cause
know
now
what you're doing.
now I'm looking.
Now I'm on the hunt. See, whereas before you call me and you saying sweet nothings to me and you doing this, that, and the third. Next thing you know, the sweet nothing is nothing. Like,
Yep.
that's the problem with me. Now I'm not getting the phone calls. I know your ass out
You
there
might not
doing
even
some dirt.
hug me the same, and
Exactly.
I know something
Nigga,
wrong.
you used to grab me this way.
Right.
And now I got that flimsy ass hug you done trying to get me. I don't like
Don't be
it.
hugging me like a stranger.
Exactly.
me
Well,
on the
according
back
to you,
and
they
shit.
can't even hug.
Exactly. Hug me like you supposed to hug me, not like I'm a side chick or a piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all aren't good at it. So it's really, you really shouldn't do it.
Just don't do it.
Men, you shouldn't cheat because you're horrible. You're horrible at it. You're horrible at it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've. Oh, have you ever got? Like I missed it. I was gonna ask, have you ever got caught cheating?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Only because I was asleep and he took my finger and
Not he took the finger.
put it on the phone. Yes.
Oh no.
He said, I'm going to get this information one way or the other.
Yeah. Well, but probably because he was cheating too. Shit.
What did he find? Look, now I want all the details. What did
Found
he find?
everything, just all the text messages and everything.
Oh my God. Did he wake you up out your sleep or wait till the morning?
No, he woke me up out my sleep. I think I woke up or something and caught him with the phone or something. Yeah.
Damn.
Honestly, I've been caught a couple times because, you know.
Not a couple. Let me slide back, Michelle. Your ass don't need to cheat.
Only because they just as sneaky as I am.
Okay, so your ass don't need to cheat. Exactly. Go ahead and tap on that computer like you know.
like something is there.
Oh boy.
Like something is there.
You've never been caught.
I'm not going to say I was caught.
First of all, men know. They may not say nothing, but they feel it.
No, 100%. What did he know? Sure, he knew without proof. That was the thing.
He had a feeling.
He had he had a hell of a feeling because of course, the same way that men change up, women change up too. Like we may do it better than men, but like for the most part, we change up too. I'm going to give you some sort of lack if I'm giving it to somebody. I don't have it to give. I can't give it to both parties at the same time. Like no one has that capability. So you're going to feel off or whatever. So I'm not going to necessarily say caught in the sense of in the act type situation or messages in phones and things like that. No, but caught ultimately where like it came out. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about our catch story. Let's think of a good or a funny I caught. You know what?
Look, I can't.
First of all, it used to be bad, y'all. I used to be real like private eye, it was bad. And I feel bad because, like, I put too much energy. Like, I'm mad at the other person because how dare you make me put this much energy into this foolishness?
Right. Yeah.
How, like, I mean, I had passwords and...
You had the passwords.
I'm like, this sounds familiar, so I'm going to try this one.
Right.
And I remember one situation, I was like, something about what was told to me, that shit don't sound right. That's crazy to me.
Right.
And so I went in their email and I saw that there was a Uber receipt. I'm like, the fuck is you taking Ubers for when you took the car and you said you was going to this place?
Right.
So I ended up, it was the next day. Like, I had done it that night. I had to sleep on it. I need to sleep on it person so I can see if I'm a trip.
Oh, that's
or if
good.
I'm gonna play games.
That's not me, but go ahead.
Right.
It's not for good reason. It's just simply.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I just want to know which way I'm gonna play it, the long game or the short game.
Right.
You want it now, or I'm gonna wait and sneak up on you? Which way you want it? And so I woke up the next day and I was like, "Where you go last night?" I went to no. Where did you go last night?
Right.
And I suggest you tell me because if you don't, this address I'm gonna pull up on it. So I'm gonna ask you again.
Okay, well, you got the address. So let me go ahead and tell you. Since you got
the address.
Because if you didn't have the address, it would have been something different. It'd
have been a deny. Because that's all dudes know is deny. And I was like, you better bring my car back to my house right now. But. Do you want it to get ignorant out here?
I'm ready. I don't.
Wow.
You see how I am right now. My demeanor.
It's 2:00 in the morning and I'm out here with my child. You
With
think
your
I came
child.
out here to play?
Right.
I suggest you go get my keys
Damn.
and bring my shit back to my house.
Now.
You got a countdown because
Yeah, I know that's right.
I'm here now. I'm
I'm
up.
here.
Been up for hours waiting on you to get home. So
Been up.
got coat on my baby. He sleep. I had to get him dressed while he sleep. So I'm ready for some shit to pop off.
know
So
that's
what you want to do?
Girl.
Meal do a barbecue. Which
And
one?
so that's why I'm like, it's hard no now because how dare I let a man get me out of
Get
pocket
you
like
out
that?
of pocket, out of
Who
character.
I am today.
Yeah.
How dare I? If you
Right.
can't respect me enough, I'm at a point in my life where I respect myself
right,
enough.
right.
And
Exactly.
I will not. I ain't pulling up at bitches' houses no more.
No.
I'm gonna wait for you to get home.
Put your shit outside.
And not before I tear that ass.
But if you think I'm gonna waste gas to do it, I ain't wasting no
I
more
ain't
gas.
wasting no more gas. Been there, done that.
Been there, done. I ain't got no gas to waste. Gas higher now than it was. I ain't got it.
Not gas higher.
I ain't got it. So I'm gonna wait till you get home and some shit still gonna pop off. It's not no scot free, but I'm not gonna. No way in this world can I put that type of energy into a man who does not respect me ever again.
Yeah.
That shit crazy, bro.
It is crazy.
Yes. Yeah.
That's crazy. What about you, Nadia? I know you got a story.
Oh, I got a couple of them. You know, again, men are men. But I remember this one time, a woman can tell. We always say this. A woman could 100% tell. And my high yellow ass knew. You know what I'm saying? Before it had even happened. I could just tell by the way he was moving that morning. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up saying he had to go out of town for work, for some training or something like that, right? And I'm like, my ass already knew. Nigga, you ain't got nowhere to go.
Right.
You ain't going for no goddamn training.
Right.
You lying. You is lying. So he was like, no, I swear, babe, I do, whatever. I said, because I knew, I said, babe, please don't go. I did. I was so sincere because I knew some shit was about to happen. That was my way of almost pleading to not fuck this up. I said, babe, please don't go. He said, he looked at me for a second as if like hesitant, like, damn, maybe I shouldn't go.
Yeah.
Like my ass don't need to go nowhere.
Right.
He was like, I gotta go or whatever. Fine. Gave him some good loving before he left too. Cause I made sure, cause I already knew what was about to happen.
Right.
Let me go ahead and get this in real quick. You know what I'm saying? Give him some good loving. Cause he gonna be thinking about me while he gone, point blank, period. But
She
not
gonna
only
be
that-
tasting me.
Oh, and will. However, but I knew it was gonna be lacking me for a while because I knew I wasn't about to get,
Let me get it in
let
right
me
quick.
get it
'cause
in
it's
real quick.
about to be
'cause
dry around
it's
this
about to
house
be
when you
dry.
get back.
It's gonna be crunchy and dry. 'Cause at this point, I gotta let it dry up now. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay. So because he always called me a PI, he said, you miss your calling with private investigator. I'm like, because I will get knowledge. I would get shit that I need. You know what I'm saying? Gave him a kiss before he left. He went ahead and left. I let a little time go by, right? Let a little time go by. But see, dudes think you stupid. I have my own way.
Do they think you're stupid?
Think
Dumb.
you dumb with the D being pronounced.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I had my own way of getting the information that I needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And located his ass. You want to know where this nigga had the nerve to be at a goddamn Red Roof Inn?
That is disrespectful to
That is
himself.
Red Roof Inn
Cheat
in
down,
Raleigh.
cheat down, because I don't even know that you would stay at the Red Roof.
Right, in Raleigh. I know I said the same. I said, what the fuck is Red
down.
Roof Inn?
That's right.
Let me tell you something. In Raleigh.
Wow.
Now, mind you, your training was in so-called Charlotte or whatever, which is why you had to leave for the weekend.
Right.
So so here's the thing about me, because I know I black out and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you when you do somebody wrong, I'm gonna have to fuck you up. I don't want to, but you've twisted my arm. Right.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. I phoned a friend. I phoned a friend because usually if somebody could just talk me down a little bit, I'm good.
Right.
If you can talk me down, I'm good because then I won't be as crazy.
Yeah.
talking or whatever the case is. My friends see how pissed off I am and how I'm going. I'm like, I'm about to fuck this thing, just going off, right? Next thing you know, I'm like, okay. I go on circle the drive. Now, keep in mind, the vehicle that he had was in my name at the time.
Ooh.
Right?
Yes.
So, I circled the parking lot. Didn't see the car. I know your ass got this room. I'm like, okay, I'll wait. And me? I'm a private investigator. I could wait. I don't mind. I got nothing but time because I know your ass done lied and I know you here. What I do? Waited so patiently. Maybe about an hour and a half. I'm just getting madder and madder because I'm like, I know you here, but I need to locate your body, right? When I tell you I was parked somewhere where they couldn't see me, soon as I see his ass pull up, when I tell you, I don't even remember if my car was probably still running the way I pulled it behind him. His ass couldn't get out. He get out the car with a bitch that looked like Queen Latifah from Set It Off. She had back braids and everything, missing fucking phone. Straight backs, baby. She looked just like Queen Latifah from Set It Off. Missing nails and shit. And anybody who know me know I keep my nails done. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, ew.
Yes.
I was like, ew, you nasty. You know what I'm saying? That was in my head. But you know what I'm saying? So you know my ass went off.
Crazy.
Went completely crazy. So needless to say, I didn't handle it so well because I was throwing down a little bit in the stairwell. White people was walking by getting scared. Like, it was just, it was a lot. Should we do something? It was a lot happening that day, but that was like, I'm not going to even say the craziest, but that was
a very
memorable one because I scared them white people.
Yeah, if I pulled up at a Red Roof Inn and found somebody, that'd be very memorable.
Very memorable. Red Roof. But okay, I'm okay. Because if you had took her somewhere else, that would
be so much worse.
It would have been so much worse. I'm like, okay.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm like, she got fucking nails on the side of the nightstand. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
Your story time is over. Not nails on the nightstand.
Nails on the nightstand.
Danielle, what's your story? I know you got one.
You know who pulled up the other day with this. I told my friend, I said, this jacket was not even Forever 21. It was like, what's that, Rue store? Rue
21?
It was Rue 21.
I think so.
I haven't seen one of them in forever.
It was horrible. Anyways, I'm just saying, I can relate to both of y'all. And you're younger than me, so I just think I commend you for being where you are at your age. But I could never let anybody put me in that position again.
Yeah.
And it gets close still, even now to this day. It gets close to get me. But I'm like reminded of, my mom always says, don't let nobody else raise your children but you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it puts me in a place to remind me that this person is not worth it. One, they don't love me and they don't respect me.
Yeah.
And if anybody's going to do it, I need to do it for myself. So I would say you learn from it.
You do learn. And it can be hard when you love somebody. You know what I mean? And you remember the good things. You know what I mean? Like, you mentioned this, like, things happen. So, a lot of times when men and women cheat, one of the things you talked about in the data was boundaries. Like, you start to let those slip when things in your relationship slip. But that doesn't stop you from loving somebody. No. So, even as your relationship slips or y'all ain't in a good place. I mean, I've been on the way out. And if you cheat, I'm still going to be mad. Because
I'm still going to be mad.
I ain't left yet.
I'm right here.
I'm still here. I'm trying to work it out, and you out here running around.
I may have 5 toes out the door, but at the same time, I'm still here.
I done filled out a couple of rental applications, but how dare you?
I even made a deposit, but I am here.
But
the ego is so powerful.
Yes.
Okay. It's all ego, really. And, not saying that you don't love that person, but it's like, listen, I'm going to get you. Okay, even if you want them back.
Yeah.
It's like, this guy said to me once, he was like, I'm scared to come back to you because I just feel like you would just do to me what I did to you. And it would just be for that reason you would want to be back with me. And I can't say he was wrong.
He was wrong. I ain't say he was right, but he definitely was not wrong.
I want to be with you, but
I'm so
We could do
done.
this so I can get my gift.
Yeah.
Okay. We could do it for a
Let's
little
give it a
while.
try.
Right.
All the
So
while.
I can
No,
be the one to say goodbye. All ego.
That is complete
ego.
ego. Oh my gosh, Danielle.
No, I'm the one. I'm doing it.
Right. It wasn't
I'm
you.
leaving, not you.
Now you can go.
Right.
You are dismissed.
Toodles.
Ego is a good point. I think sometimes like guys like their ego stroked, and I think when you're in a relationship, like I don't feel like telling you how big and strong and handsome you are all the time. Like especially as life goes on, you don't
Yeah.
even realize sometimes that you're not doing it anymore. And so when somebody gives you
Oh,
that
yeah. I think
attention,
that is a huge reason why
Yeah.
men cheat, or even just seek out, people that are what we consider, below us, in that way, or dating or cheating down.
yeah.
Yeah, because they need what did you say, Nadia? The affirmations.
Yeah,
or
they
something.
need daily
They need daily
affirmations
affirmations. They need somebody to stroke their ego.
Yeah.
Like, they like that. And I'm not
do.
saying we're opposed to it, but like you said, we've been through it with you already. It ain't always, good all the time. Like, you're still in the honeymoon stage
Yeah.
when you meet somebody. It's always good in
Yes.
the beginning. It was good for us in the beginning.
Right.
You remember?
Right.
I didn't just stop for no reason.
Right.
Yeah.
It takes a conscious effort to continue the work. That's all
Yeah.
it is. Like, because the truth of the matter is, a relationship is ongoing, right?
Right.
Obviously, if you want it to work out and you want it to be everlasting, you know what I mean?
Right.
And each person plays a part. The same way you met me is the same way you have to be to keep me.
Yeah.
Point blank. Period. So, and of course, and with me too. Obviously, if I used to want to be affectionate and touching and feeling and all that other kind of stuff, and then I randomly stop, of course, like you gonna have a feeling towards me, you know what I'm saying? And somebody else gonna come stroke your shoulder blade, and your ass is
and
gonna
now
get
you weak.
excited, right?
Right.
And then now I'm gonna have to punch
Now
you.
you knee deep.
Now you need
Just
deep.
because somebody told you you look handsome today.
Right. So
Like, gee, that's all
Exactly.
it takes.
Right. That's all I gotta do is tell you how I am to me. Why? Buy you a couple of dinners. Somebody said that to me. What? She buys me dinners.
now she bought
I
me
was
dinner.
like, oh damn, you selling yourself for dinners?
Anything.
Anything. So I do have another question. I just wanted to know, why do you think it's harder for men to deal
This is a good question.
if a woman cheats?
I mean, to Danielle's point, I think it's back to ego. Like, somebody
Yeah.
else had you, which it's kind of dumb because it's like very few people are virgins when they get in a relationship. So
Right.
somebody been had me, been tossed up. you not the first one, but I think it's like, oh, he had you when you were supposed to be mine. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
did he do you better than I did? Because I mean, you'll never know. I'm obviously gonna tell you no.
Right.
Like, you're the best. Even if he had me climbing up a wall. Like, I'm clearly
Not Spider-Man.
I'm clearly not gonna tell you. Do you watch Grownish?
Yes.
Did you watch it this season?
No, I missed this season.
Okay, so Jazz wanted to be on a break from, I don't know Dougie's character's name. I'm losing it. I don't know his name in the show. What is his name in the show?
If you wouldn't have asked me, I would have been able to tell you.
But anyway, she wanted to break to focus on track. And during the break, she had sex with somebody else. And so he was like, they kind of fell out. And then he was like, you know what? That was done. We were on a break. We didn't establish rules about, what the break was going to consist of. I just assumed we were still going to. And so they ended up getting back together. And then, like, he just, like, kept bringing it up. And, like, when they went to have sex, he couldn't do it because he kept thinking about her having sex with somebody else. So I think that's part of it. But it is still kind of weird how women can kind of not think about that type of stuff. But guys seem to, like, can't let it go. Think about somebody else
So
with their woman.
just to kind of tie in, so this is something that someone told me, which, in all honesty, I could understand why. See, I'm not biased, even though if I don't necessarily like what someone says or agree, but I could understand it. You know what I'm saying? I think to me, or the way it was presented to me, it's more like when a man cheats on a woman, although he's going inside of someone, nothing's coming inside of him. When a woman cheats on a man, something is inside of her. And then obviously if you know, no condoms is being used or whatever, he leaves his DNA in you. You know what I'm saying? Which I understand, because they always say it leaves an imprint or whatever the case is. So I can understand that part of it. And then, like you said, it's even harder because it is ego. It's more so, if I'm with you, I want it to be the only person that can say that they had you type situation. Like, I knew you belonged to me. I knew you were mine. I knew, you know what I'm saying? And I get that. I wholeheartedly get that. But on the flip side is what I say to that. The same way you want a woman to just have been with you once she got with you, we want the same damn thing. I don't want somebody else coming to me and saying that they had you.
That's exactly right.
Because
men don't understand that. We are like that. Yeah, I don't want. That's so unattractive.
Right. So if it's not okay for me, it's not okay for you. Like, no party is right in it. But it's so funny how it's a little tougher for a man to be able to deal with it, because it's like, But you're okay with us dealing with it. It's crazy.
It's backwards.
It's always like they want their cake and eat it too all the time. You know, it's a contradiction.
You know, if I have cake, I do want to chomp on it, because I like.
What are you supposed to do with cake?
Right. What are you?
You're supposed to eat it. I wonder too if it ties into the reasoning behind people cheating. Like, it seems like a lot of people feel as though women cheat on a more intimate level.
I think that's a big problem too, because it's like, I know you're not just fucking.
Like, I know
I'm
y'all
just
talk.
fucking. Yeah,
you ain't just fucking. Me? Yes, you.
I'm riding around and getting it.
You.
Your ass laying there whispering sweet
You
nothings
pillow
and
talking
shit.
with him, ain't you?
I don't like it.
That's too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
And I guess you got a point, but
And that is a point, though. Like, the reality is, it is a point, because at the end of the day, like, a lot of women say, okay, you cheated, but y'all didn't do X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't share this part with her. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. And the woman could be more okay with it. When a man knows a woman cheated, he typically knows that it was just more, I know you didn't just fucking sleep with him. You know what I'm saying? Type situation. It was more to it. So, of course, now it makes me feel away, because I know it just wasn't about sex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's why it's harder for them.
you know, I be kind of ill about that too. And I'm hoping that I'll raise my son differently. Like, your body is also a temple.
Yes.
And like, you shouldn't want to give it away freely either, even if that goes against your instincts or what society tells you to do. I think that's a part of it. Like, women do tend to, you know, even if I want to sleep with you just to sleep with you, I kind of want to talk to you first, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I want to have some type of conversation. I'd like to go out for a second. Like, if I'm going to give my body to you, I would like to know something about you.
Right.
And where guys tend to be like, you said you want to do what?
Oh, ain't no problem.
I'm ready. And so I'm hoping that I'll raise my son to be more choosy with who he gives his body to. And I think part of that is, like, as we grow up, like, you don't want no baby. Yeah. We don't do that with guys.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother show. But like, we don't do that with guys. You don't be like, you don't want no baby, because they get up and leave and can.
Right.
A girl gets pregnant. I mean, she has the option for an abortion, but that's not something like, she can go through the car wash and she don't have a baby anymore. Like, that's an invasive, traumatizing situation.
It's not birth control.
Abortion
is not birth control. I try to tell people that all the time.
It's not.
It's
not. So I just, as you know, people with sons, and when you have little boys, that you give the same messaging. I think obviously different conversations do need to be had, just because they're men and women, male and female. Let me make it just sex. Male and females, they are different, and so what their bodies go through and what happens when they do certain stuff, and just who they are emotionally can change. But hopefully, you're raising your boys to be more emotionally aware as well. But because it shouldn't be that. You shouldn't feel like, I'm having sex with somebody, it ain't that big of a deal. That's that's the problem. Yeah. that's part of the problem, where I think that's drained into them.
I think that is so key, Michelle. Because I have dated guys whose mothers used to literally, like, clean their room up after each girl would come.
Oh my God.
Let me change these sheets.
Yeah, let me go ahead.
It's the least I can do. Let me change these sheets for the next girl.
I mean, yeah, I think that's so important. And then also, you know, regardless whether you are, you know, having cheating, for whatever reason you're cheating, when you have sex with somebody, right? It's an exchange of energy.
It is.
Okay? you are giving your soul and everything to, even if you think that it's, nothing or whatever, you
Agreed.
still are exchanging energy with that person. And so I think that's another thing that you have to, think about and teach your boys. And I think I think that's what's happening, is that they are not being taught. Either it's being avoided or they're not being taught to value themselves in that way. Because why would you want to put yourself out there? You have so much out there, to add value, especially these Black men out here. You have so much to offer. You have so much potential that we see in you as Black women. And yet you choose to be out here carelessly giving your body away.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to me.
Again, men and women are different. It is what it is. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Is it?
It is.
I can't accept that.
I have to accept it because the reason I say that, because men and women are 100% different.
Yeah.
Like 100% different. Like, I can't expect a man to understand a woman.
Yeah.
They have some understanding, yeah, but are they going to fully understand a woman and fully understand how we feel, what we go through? Like, their emotions are different than our emotions. Like, do they still love? Do they still hurt and stuff? Yeah, absolutely, but in different ways, and that's all I'm saying. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's not okay for a dude to be out here fucking around, just like it's not okay for a woman to. But I'm just saying, like, it is. You know what I'm saying? It is different, unfortunately.
Well, you know what? Go ahead.
It was something you said. Talk. So I can remember.
What I was going to say was that, what I find makes a difference is when you answer to a higher power. That makes a difference in how you move through the world.
Of course.
And value yourself and your body. And so I think that the only way that, it's not going to be it is what it is situation is when the man actually starts to answer to a higher power.
I agree with that. This is what it was that you said. When you were talking about the exchange of energy. I think, too, guys also don't realize, like, just because you was just fucking don't mean the girl was.
Exactly.
So if you're saying that your significant other, if they cheated on you, it was an intimate thing, you want to have sex with somebody, I know y'all talked, I know you got emotionally involved. What do you think the girls that are having cheating with you are doing? They feel like you guys are being intimate. They feel like they're getting their emotions involved. So it's not like only you are emotional in regards to sex. The girls I'm fucking with, they're not emotional. We just fucking, they gonna get. That's not that's not the reality. These girls,
is very true. That's a great point.
They do.
They care.
And so you're not just hurting the person you're with, the person that you've committed to. You're hurting sometimes innocent party. We know females will jump on in there. Can't say I never have.
Some women want a piece of a man rather than to have no man at all.
That's
true. What it is.
That is very true.
Yes, and so it's not a situation where only the girl you're cheating on gets emotionally involved with guys they have sex with. The girl that you're cheating on your significant other with also likely has an emotional connection. And so you might think, oh, I'm just going to hit this one time and I'm going to go on about my business. You think she going to let you? I assure you she not.
No. And ain't.
She not. And,
so
we'll save some of those stories.
And all that other kind of stuff.
We'll save those stories. We got them for days, but we'll save them for another day. We'll jump into our girl boss for this episode.
Yeah, so I'm excited. So the girl boss for this week is Jasmine. She is the owner of Top Notch Nails. That's my nail lady. She's Black, so y'all know I love her. She's a 29-year-old woman of color, born and raised in Raleigh. So she's young. We love a young Black business owner.
Yes.
So shout out to Jazz. She has always had a passion for nails since the age of 14. In 2018, and I remember her telling me this story, so I love it. In 2018, she woke up one morning more determined to try. She got her tax money and went to Princess Nail Supply and cashed out all of the supplies that she needed, in order to begin. And in May 2019, she enrolled in nail tech school. And in October of 2019, she got her nail license. So she only has had it since 2019. So, for her to be fairly fresh, she does such an amazing job.
Her nails are always beautiful.
Shout out to Jazz. So she hasn't been doing it long, but when I tell you she's amazing, professional, she knows what she's doing. I never had an issue with her. she's that's my girl right there.
Yeah.
Ever since then, she's been going hard. She also hosts nail classes, group and individual, and travels to nail convention shows each year to stay up on the latest trends. She is an amazing and talented nail artist, and I absolutely adore her. So check out Top Notch Nails. She is located on Capitol Boulevard. You have to have an appointment, but you can look at you can follow her on IG. It's Top Notch Nails. And she also has a booking site on there that you can kind of click on and go up there. And you could always mention that Nadia sent you her way.
Always mention that.
Always mention that. But so thanks again. Shout out to Jazz. But we want to thank you guys for tuning in to Definition of a Woman. There's levels to this shit.
And please, please, please make sure that to follow us on our social media platforms on IG, Facebook, YouTube. Our handle is Definition of a Woman.
And make sure that you are rating us wherever you're listening to this podcast at all 5 stars. Make sure you're liking
Yes.
the YouTube video and make sure that you are commenting. We'll be posting questions to you guys for that week. And make sure that you are checking out all of our girl bosses. We have not steered you guys wrong, not once thus far. These are amazing women who have amazing businesses. So even if you don't see a need for them right now, go ahead and follow their pages so that when you do need them, they'll be at the front of your mind.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next
and
week.
love.
Bye.
I say it like this: if you can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do.